Hey students, do you even remember what it's like to go to school in person? Now change the image you have in your head, because when you do go back, it'll look pretty different. There'll be masks, social distancing, hand sanitizing. And parents, you're probably tired of this dining table slash classroom slash office situation you've got going on, right? It's been an entire year. I can't blame you. Because of the pandemic, millions of kids around the country have video chatted to their heart's desire and then some, all in the name of education. But what were students struggling with? What changed over the year? How was learning impacted? Well, let's find out. So I'm gonna, have you all go around and say who you are, just so everyone can kind of get to know you all. I really want to know how you all are feeling and get inside your brains.
My name is Noelle and I'm in 5th grade.
Reginald R.J. Hill, but everybody calls me RJ and I'm in 3rd grade.
Hi, I am Shandi. I am a freshman in high school.
Hi, I'm Ivriana Neal. I'm a senior.
For these students, most days learning from home were the same. Zoom calls, breakout groups, at-home science projects. But it didn't come without its struggles.
First we do exercises, then we get into the lesson, and then we do our independent work during the class.
It was hard to keep track of everything and know exactly, because there was we had a piece of paper where it had all our times on it, and it was sometimes hard to be there because of Wi-Fi and all the technology stuff.
It has been an experience. I've challenged myself more than I thought that I could. Not gonna lie, I've cried.
For me, since I'm a freshman, I had to start high school online. Not the best thing, because I was really excited to meet new people and make new friends. I have to go in every day for online classes. It's tiring, and since I'm in my room the entire day, I don't really go out. It's kind of hard to find that motivation to do my work and stuff like that.
It's the challenges of trying to be able to balance the amount of homework given in a day versus the amount of homework you'll be getting, in a week. So it's you're trying to be able to manage everything on top of the other stuff you're doing.
Noelle was the first to go back to in-person learning. Ivriana and Shandi were right behind her. But RJ, he's not going back anytime soon.
We're not near each other, we can stay safer at home.
So why do you like that?
So I can't get sick.
It's definitely different from before COVID, and we all have to wear masks, which I expected. You can't interact with anyone except the masks and the social distancing. Everything is pretty normal.
I think I'm ready. I just want to see my teachers. I miss them. I do. And I just really kind of want to get some, regular year, even though I'm not able to necessarily have a regular year because the year's almost over.
We're not going to be going to school with very many people. I think it's 3 to 5 people per class, something like that. I just want to see new faces. I want to meet new people. I want to meet my teachers who I've been seeing on my screen the entire year. I'll take the opportunities as they come, and I'll make the best of it. No one would have known that this was coming. So, we just all have to get through it.
Now, this is just a glimpse at what remote learning looked like for these students in particular. Over the past year, hundreds of thousands of kids struggled to get reliable internet access, support from the adults in their lives, and some didn't even show up to virtual class for a variety of reasons, some of which weren't their fault. That makes people like Emma Garcia and Elaine Weiss worry. They work with the Economic Policy Institute, a nonprofit that studies economic issues like immigration, labor policy, and education. For the past year, Garcia and Weiss have been researching, evaluating, and blogging about how students are faring during the pandemic.
Really, this pandemic did two things. First of all, it revealed and made starkly evident these massive disparities that have existed and been growing for many decades. Income, wealth, race-based, community level, regional, for that matter, and compounded all of them. We knew this kind of going in, that children who are in the most precarious situations, kids living in low-income households, children of color, Kids whose parents are essential workers, whose families are immigrants, seem to have been the most severely affected. And it's just as important to understand that their families have fewer resources, right, to cope and to deal.
When this is all over, it'll be difficult to really assess how the pandemic affected students' reading levels, math skills, and other typical education benchmarks. But Weiss and Garcia say we shouldn't be focused on those numbers at all, but on the students themselves.
Kids learn many things and they learn very differently. So we will need to think about offering more personalized and more flexible instruction to them, and that connects with the need of switching our assessments from just testing, standardized testing, to more sort of diagnostic assessments. When we make decisions about the school schedules or the summer time, etc., the instruction that we have to provide needs to be high quality.
It's a necessity. It's not, we need to also stop thinking about this as an extra, as an add-on, or as a luxury. It's something that we literally cannot afford not to do unless we want to lose a lot of kids and a lot of educational promise.
So how can we fix this? Well, the pair came up with their own plan, the 3 R's: relief, recovery, and rebuild. It sounds simple, but it might be exactly what students need.
We need to start out with what teachers need in order to get back to their classroom. So, that's just sort of the very first step. And then the recovery piece is really about, starting to help make up for lost ground. And that is where tools like diagnostic assessments and the training to ensure that teachers can execute them and use them effectively and interpret them appropriately are really, really critical. And then getting to the rebuilding, our key point was we went into this pandemic with a very broken, dysfunctional education system, not designed to deliver the equity and excellence for many students that we aspire to. This crisis offers us an opportunity to do this differently.
It's important to understand that the investments that we make in education do pay off, but we need to make them. It's about really understanding the importance for individuals and for societies having a really solid educational system that can work if there is a pandemic, and that will work excellently in the years to come.